Doctor Strange is really powerful in the MCU, but this isn't actually the most powerful version. Nah, that's all this guy. Strange Supreme, the ultimate Doctor Strange. And so, can he beat the ultimate Doctor Strange villain, Dormammu? Can he take down the ruler of the Dark Dimension? And here's the real kicker: no time loops. Now let's get it. But before we get into it, make sure you go subscribe. Only about 20% of y'all watching this video right now are subscribed. So make sure you go change that, hit the subscribe button, and turn on notifications. It helps us at the channel out a ton, and plus you get to see awesome videos like this one every single day. And if you already are subscribed, well, you're amazing. You're the absolute best. I love you so much. You're my favorite. Keep killing it. Now, Dormammu is in a class of essentially all his own. He's what you might call a primordial entity, a true god, a true deity. And not like Thor or Loki, not like them. They're more mortal deities. You'd call them more demigods compared to Dormammu's true godhood. I know they're not literally demigods, I'm just comparing them to Dormammu. He rules the dark dimension, is a being so much older than time that time itself is actually a foreign concept to him, and his sole purpose is to conquer all the infinite realities and dimensions within the multiverse, absorb them all into the dark dimension. Just to be clear, what I'm saying here is that Dormammu has already absorbed countless dimensions and realities within the multiverse, making him a true multiversal threat. One of the most powerful beings in the MCU, really up there with Infinity Ultron and the Watcher and Strange Supreme. He went up against Doctor Strange and killed him possibly infinite times, just killing him over and over and over and over and over again. It was never a question of if Dormammu kills Strange. It was really just a question of when Dormammu would get tired of killing Strange. And this was when Doctor Strange had an Infinity Stone. He had the Time Stone on his side. Literally unlimited time manipulation. And even then, it wasn't actually even overpowering Dormammu. It was just allowing Strange to not be killed, with the hope being he could just annoy Dormammu enough for Dormammu to decide to leave, not actually straight up beat him. But while Doctor Strange in the MCU is very powerful, he's not the only Doctor Strange in the MCU, and he's definitely not the most powerful. That's all Strange Supreme. Desperately trying to prevent the death of Christine Palmer, Doctor Strange turned to the dark arts, absorbing more and more and more power, and more and more and more mystical beings as he went along. I mean, who even knows how many magical beings Strange absorbed here? There's even the idea that Doctor Strange managed to absorb Dormammu himself while he was doing all this, but I don't know if I really buy that. Doctor Strange was also able to hold off the destruction of his own universe. They managed to survive it when he just couldn't hold it back any longer. Then it got to the point where he could battle against Infinity Ultron, essentially on an even plane. The same villain who possessed the 6 Infinity Stones can shatter reality and destroy galaxies and universes. Yeah, this Doctor Strange went up against that guy. Was essentially the main reason why the Guardians of the Multiverse were able to beat that guy. I'd say that's pretty powerful. I mean, he went toe to toe with Infinity Ultron. He could swallow galaxy destroying spells without a problem. He could basically do whatever he wanted. It was operating at just such a high level of power. Dormammu could potentially swallow up planets and galaxies, maybe even universes, as he was adding them to the dark dimension. And he is a being beyond space and time. But I think at some point you gotta go with the actual feats. You gotta go with the actual evidence. And I think that's Strange Supreme. I think he's shown enough in his fight with Ultron to suggest that he can beat Dormammu. I think he's doing it. Strange Supreme wins.